around again. Look into my eyes, see if there's a change. Who I tried to be is not who I became. Everyone's gone, they found the way out. I will find it too, any second now. God, will you find me? I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. It seems so long ago since we first began. Now that it's too late, maybe this will end. Seeing no results has got me feeling down, but I'll be up again any minute now. God, will you find me? I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. God, will you find me? I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. Been so patient. Time is wasting, and I can't take it. Please give me something. I'll take anything. Just don't leave me. God, will you find me? I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. God, will you find me? I'm still waiting.
All right. Well, good evening, folks, or good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world. Quincy Kane here, and this is live stream number 144. And for this stream, I'm letting you, the viewers, the listeners, the tuner-inners, pretty sure that's not a word, letting you guys choose my set list. I kicked things off. That's my most recent release. That's a song called Waiting. But by any means, if someone tunes in and they want to hear that song again, you're certainly welcome to request it. But thought I'd kick things off with a song. And at any moment, at any point, if there's a song of mine that you'd like to hear, you can find my songs in the description on YouTube. And whichever song you pick, I'll dedicate it to you. I'll play it just for you. And so feel free to just whatever you'd like to request. Let your requests be made known. Let's catch up with the chat here. Let's see. Rebel Rocker was saying, Almost home. All good. Humidity is a killer. See you in a few. Always share. Well, yep. Thank you, Rebel. I appreciate you sharing. Anyone else who shares the stream, I definitely appreciate that. Be sure to like the video and engage with the chat. And hey, look, we got Stan. Stan, we were actually talking about you. I know you been dealing with a little bit of not feeling so good over at your family, and I think Jack was saying that he was dealing with some similar stuff, having to deal with a little bit of COVID. I don't know if Stan, have you been able to avoid it? Is it just some of your family that's dealing with it, or are you starting to get symptoms too? I'm not really sure, but definitely praying for you, hoping you feel better soon. And anyone else who's feeling under the weather, I hope you feel better soon. I hope I can play a few songs for you and maybe lift your spirits some. Let's see, a few hellos in the chat. Yeah, yep, Silas is right. Yep, we were just wondering if you were going to tune in. Let's see here. Yep, Stan says down, not out. Well, good. Well, glad to hear that. Let's see here. Thanks for the, some people saying nice. Thanks for the fire. Appreciate that. Silas says there's a song by Switchfoot called Dark Horses that has the lyrics, "We've been down, but we've never been out." Yeah, I'll have to check that out. I might have heard that song. I feel like the title sounds familiar, the Dark Horses title. So my hair's starting to get a little lengthy, and so whenever I try to rock out with these headphones on, it'll get a little crazy. So I'm gonna fix my hair real quick. But Stan, Silas, Jack, and Rebel, if you're still tuned in right now, if any of you have a request, just let me know. I'll play a song for you. Hope you've all had a good week. I've been kind of figuring some things out. I'm actually pretty excited. Oh, thank you, Silas. Silas says, great job. I appreciate that very much. I've been figuring a few things out, and I'm very excited. I think I'm going to be starting production on my next song soon. I'm not 100% sure what it's going to be because I think it might be different than what I was originally expecting. I thought I was going to be putting out an acoustic one. That might still be the case, but it might be something else. But I've kind of been planning things for the rest of the year, and so I'm very excited about that, and kind of planning out, like, I don't know, it sounds simpler than it actually is, but I've kind of been planning out like my schedule for the rest of the year. Not my daily schedule for the rest of the year. That's what I mean. Like, how can I make each day as productive as possible? How can I get songs out as quickly as possible while retaining the high quality, that I've been getting to? I've been increasing the quality of the songs I've been putting out, but I don't want to take forever to do that kind of thing. So, been kind of having to make a few life style changes or tweaks or adjustments, and I don't know. It's been. I'm excited about it. It probably sounds not all that interesting to you guys, but the main point is, what I'm hoping is that I'm going to be, like, once I put it in action, that I'm going to be a lot more consistent with getting some songs out, and maybe more videos than you might normally see me put out. But been working on some changes and excited about it. So. If there's anything fun or eventful that's been happening with you guys, definitely let me know what's been up. If you've seen any good movies lately, let me know. I don't know about you guys. I've recently watched Jurassic Park, and I watched Jurassic Park 1 and Jurassic Park 2. And Steven Spielberg, man, he is an inspiration. The guy just, I've loved just about every movie that he's put out. And I don't know. Anytime I just want some inspiration, I just put one of his movies on, and when I watch it, it just makes me want to make a movie or makes me want to go on an adventure or something like that. And so Jurassic Park is definitely a good one. If you guys have watched anything good lately, definitely let me know what you've been up to. Also, a little sneak peek. Well, I might talk about that in a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. It's something I've been kind of cooking up, but I'm not sure if I'm going to mention that just yet, so we'll see. Silas asking, how do you feel about the Jurassic World trilogy? Well, I can say when I saw I haven't seen the last two, so I can't really fairly judge it, but I've heard that the later two aren't as good as the first one, and even the first Jurassic World I'm not crazy about. When I first saw Jurassic World, at first I liked it, and it's fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with the movie, it's fine, but to be honest, it's kind of just a copycat of the first Jurassic Park, but not done as well. It pretty much follows all the same story beats, but the characters aren't as good, they don't have as interesting of arcs, the dinosaurs don't even look as good, and it's just like, when you first watch it, it's kind of like, it's sort of fun and exciting and kind of good escapism, but I don't think it's not as well made a film as the first Jurassic Park movie. It's fine, but definitely not crazy about it. The later two, again, I can't accurately judge them, but from what I've heard based off of reviewers that I trust, it sounds like they were kind of disappointing. So, but I don't know. You might have a different opinion. Do you like the Jurassic World trilogy? Did you think they were good, or were you not too crazy about them? The first Jurassic Park, great movie, 10 out of 10. Jurassic World's kind of interesting because that one, or sorry, not Jurassic World, The Lost World Jurassic Park, the second movie. Some people say that one's not quite as good, and it's probably because if you compare it to the first one, maybe not quite as much. But what was I going to say? The Lost World, if you want to, how do I say this? If you just want to see like some likable characters having experiences with dinosaurs, like then the second one's very entertaining, you know. But it doesn't have quite as strong a story as the first one. The first one had like a really good story, and you see how the characters change. I know the last one, they brought back the old characters, but when I say characters, it's more than just the person and the character's name. Like the character, when I say characters, I mean the role that they play in the movie. So I'll give you an example. So in the first Jurassic Park, the story, the main protagonist is Alan Grant, Dr. Alan Grant. And at the beginning of the movie, he's no good with technology. He's a paleontologist digging up dinosaur bones, and he doesn't like kids. And he has an implied relationship with Dr. Ellie, I think that's her name. I can't remember the female's name in it, but it's never like directly stated. There's like a brief mention that they have an interest in each other or relationship, but it's pretty implied that the two of them, you know, have some chemistry together, and she seems to want to be a mother, seems to want to have kids, but he's not interested in it. You know, that's how he starts at the beginning of the film, and we see throughout the film that he just has a hard time with technology. It's like, you know, it's like he's just left in the past. If he tries to do anything future, it just intimidates him and he's no good with it. But as the story progresses, he's sort of forced into these scenarios where he has to bond with these kids and eventually step up to the plate and be a protector, even having to rescue them from a T-Rex. And so as he has these experiences, he starts forming a father-like relationship with these kids and overcoming that. And he starts realizing that he has to evolve, he has to adapt, and kind of, you know, move on. He can't stay stuck in the past. And by the end of the story, you know, this guy that was no good with technology, didn't want kids, and kind of stuck in the past, by the end of the movie, he sort of moved on. He's grown, you know, he's willing to move on and accept that role of a father and kind of just get out of the past. And so the character has an arc, and the story supports that. And the story is very straightforward. There's a clear plot. There's interesting philosophy because they have the technology to bring these dinosaurs back, but then there's the counter argument, well, was this really a good idea? Like, are you sure this is the kind of thing you should make an amusement park out of? It's like, that's what was good about the first one. Say Jurassic World, you know, even the latest one that brings those characters back, I haven't seen the movie, so I can't comment, but just because those likable characters come back and the actors come back, that doesn't necessarily mean that they have an arc. Even the second movie, The Lost World, so it brings Ian Malcolm back, Jeff Goldblum's character. He doesn't have an arc in the movie. He's a great character, and it's nice to see him again, but it's not like, even though the story kind of follows him, it's not like he changes throughout the movie. He's just the same character through the whole movie. Again, the story is probably the weakest part. It's not a bad story, but it really just sets up a scenario to have dinosaurs. And that's kind of what the other movies do. You know, when you look at Jurassic World, it's more like things just happen. It's not like the things that are happening are changing the characters. It's not like they're going through an experience. And so if you just want to watch something just to be entertained, you know, it's fine in that regard, but it's not as, you know, in my opinion, it's not quite as well made a film. Jack was saying, I liked the first Jurassic World because it had my favorite dinosaur, Ankylosaurus, and I always have a soft spot for brothers. Yep. So, again, like I said, I kind of enjoyed it. I'd have to watch it again. I'm not sure that it's quite as good as the original, but again, I think it's a fun film. And, yeah, I like Chris Pratt too, but I don't know. It's one thing that, you know, you can enjoy a movie because it has an actor you like it in, but that, you know, it takes more than just a likable actor to make the whole film. Sometimes a really good actor can kind of carry the whole movie. So, you know, I like Chris Pratt. He was probably the best part of the movie. But again, just when I'm saying characters, I mean more so the way that they're written. Like the characters, they're kind of just there just to be there. You know, they're not really moving, you know, the story isn't having an effect on them, and they're not really having an effect on the story. But Jack was saying, I like that Ian Malcolm line, that is the worst idea in the long history of bad ideas. Yeah, that's a pretty good line right there. He's got a lot of good lines in that movie. He says the life finds a way, you know, that kind of thing. And you were so preoccupied with whether or not you could, you didn't stop to think if you should. You know, those were some of the lines that he kind of said. But yeah, he's a good character in those movies. So anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and play another song for you. But again, if you guys have a request, if there's a song that you would like to hear, let me know what song you'd like to hear, and I'll play it just for you. Let me see what I can find here. I'm trying to find... All right, haven't really practiced this one in a little bit, but we'll give this one a shot. I'm going to play Into the Unknown for you. Since we're talking about movies, this was a cover that I did for a song from a movie, so I guess we'll do this one. Of course, this movie has nothing to do with dinosaurs, and it's kind of the... I mean, I guess it has adventure in it. It kind of does. Again, I only saw the movie once. But I think that's the only thing it has in common with Jurassic Park, that they go on an adventure. You know, no dinosaurs. It's not in the jungle or on an island. Not a whole lot of similarities. But either way, but it is a movie. It's got that in common. So here we go. This is my cover of the song Into the Unknown. I hope you like it. And if you would like to make a song request, again, you can find my songs in the description. You'll find a list of my songs, and whatever song you'd like me to play, just let me know, and I'll play it just for you. All right, here we go.
I can hear you, but I won't. Some look for trouble, while others don't. There's 1,000 reasons I should go about my day and ignore your whispers, which I wish would go away. Oh, oh. You're not a voice, you're just a ringing in my ear. And if I heard you, which I don't, I'm spoken for, I fear. Everyone I've ever loved is here within these walls. I'm sorry, secret siren, but I'm blocking out your calls. I've had my adventure, and I don't need something new. I'm afraid of what I'm risking if I follow you into the unknown. Into the unknown. Into the unknown. What do you want? 'Cause you've been keeping me awake. Are you here to distract me so I make a big mistake? Or are you someone out there who's a little bit like me? Who knows deep down I'm not where I'm meant to be? Every day's a little harder as I feel my power grow. Don't you know there's part of me that longs to go into the unknown, into the unknown, into the unknown. Whoa, are you out there? Do you know me? Can you feel me? Can you show me? Where are you going? Don't leave me alone. While do I follow you into the unknown?
you. Again, that one's called Into the Unknown, and I have released that song. So if you did enjoy it, you can listen to it on Spotify. You can download it for free from Bandcamp, or pretty much wherever else you like to listen to music, you can find it there. For anyone just tuning in, don't be shy, say hello. And I'm letting you guys choose my set list. Or at least, I'd like to let you guys choose my set list, but so far I've picked the only songs. So, I've done Waiting, and I've done, what is it? Into the Unknown. So, but at any point, if you guys would like to make a request, let your request be made known. And I see we've got one here from Stan, Brothers to the End. I think we're going to dive into Brothers to the End in just a moment here. Silas says, how would you guys like to be some of my first subscribers? Well, Silas, that was actually my plan. So after this stream, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it tonight because usually I get home late and I get dinner. I get dinner and then I wind down and get ready for bed. But I took note, for anyone who hadn't heard, I don't know if you heard Stan, but Silas made a video with a song that he wrote. So I'm definitely going to check it out. I made note of it so I can check it out hopefully sometime tomorrow, and I will subscribe to your YouTube channel. So guys, definitely be sure to check out Silas's YouTube channel and check out the video he posted. Show him some love and support over there. Like the video, leave a comment, all that stuff, and give him a hand there. So yeah, definitely excited for you, Silas, and definitely willing to check it out. So I will be one of your first subscriber. I don't know if I'll be the first one because I don't know if someone else has already subscribed, but I'll be one of the first. If you guys want to beat me to it, then, you got till tomorrow. All right. Let's see here. Yep, we got some requests. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks for the applause. Appreciate that. Great song. Thank you, Silas. Got another request for I'm Going to Choose Love's Not Fair. We'll get into that one in just a moment here. So that sounds good. I'm going to go ahead and play Brothers to the End. Stan, you'll have to let me know, how are you feeling? Do you have any symptoms, or are you okay and you're just being safe and kind of quarantining yourself for now? And if you're not feeling so great, I'm curious, how are you? What are you doing to comfort yourself as best you can? I had commented earlier, I've had COVID twice. That was a while back, thankfully. But again, it's pretty rough when you have to deal with it. And all I wanted to do, I just stayed in my bedroom and I just played guitar and I just watched Zoe 101. I don't know if any of you remember that show. It was a, teen Nick show that I watched back in high school. And so I just binge watched that. And, I just wanted to feel good. So I just did everything I could, just learning, I learned a Silosis guitar song because it's fun to learn songs like that. And just did everything I could to just enjoy the misery. so I'm curious, Stan, if you're having to do that yourself, or if you're just having to quarantine yourself. And I mean, that's even better, I guess, if you can just enjoy yourself and not have to deal with the misery. That'd be good. We got Daniel in the chat. Hey, Daniel, hope you're doing well. Good evening. Sorry, was watching a police chase in L.A. Wow. Is that happening right now? Is there a live police chase? I can't blame you for watching that, I don't think you see that too often. That's pretty crazy. You might have to give us the report on how things are going. Have they caught the suspect yet? And do they know, is it just someone speeding, or is it what are they accused of? You'll have to fill us in on the details, Daniel. I feel like we're on a news channel now. Be like, this just in from Daniel from Texas telling us there's apparently a police chase happening in L.A. Daniel, could you let us know a few more details about the event? And if not, then we'll go to the weather. Stan, what's the weather like? Stan, you could be the weatherman. We got Daniel on the scene. Jack, what else? What else do you have for, you can be, I'm trying to think what other, I haven't watched any news in a long time, so I don't know what else there is besides the anchor, the weatherman, and the person on the scene. But maybe Jack and Silas are just other reporters tuning in with things. Jack was saying, I had COVID, had my first negative test last night. And yeah, I'm glad you're negative now. And so hopefully you're getting over the symptoms. Yeah, looking forward to playing a song for you to help you feel a little better. Daniel was saying, yeah, it's a live one. Sorry to hear that, Jack. Yeah, COVID is going on right now. Yeah, it's kind of, I have been hearing of some of it popping up. So, I thought it was long, good, and done. But, yeah, hopefully it doesn't stick around long. Daniel was saying, LOL, I think it is a drunk driver, but not a super crazy guy at the moment. Cool. Well, hopefully no one gets hurt in that incident, and hopefully they get all that under control. All right, Daniel, if you have a song request, feel free to do so. I got a couple here from Jack and from Stan. I'm going to play Stan's first. Stan, give me a thumbs up if you're out there. And I'm going to play this song for you. Let me get it pulled up. Stan requested the song Brothers to the End. We were just talking about movies a little while ago, and we were watching, or we were talking about Jurassic World, and there are a couple brothers in that movie. So there we go. You know, brothers to the end. It's definitely nice to have a brother. Brother is a special thing for sure. So Stan, give me a thumbs up, and then I'll get going with this song and play it for you. This one, I put this one out a little while back. Yeah, put it out earlier this year. So I'm getting mixed up with my releases here, but I was pretty pleased with how the production came on this one. I definitely learned some things that I think carried over and helped with my latest release, Waiting. That one came out even better than this one did, but hopefully it'll be all right. For anyone else just tuning in, don't be shy. Say hello. Again, at any point, I might actually, let's see here. I'm going to make a little note. Request an original song in the description. Kind of experimenting with this, but I'm going to post that, and I'm actually going to pin this comment. So there we go. So anyone just tuning in, you get the gist. Yep, you can request an original song, and you can find them in the description on YouTube. Jack was saying, had to go on that Paxlovid, or I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, Paxlovid stuff, because with the disease-modifying therapy and with my MS, I'm considered immune compromised. Okay, so everything tasted like metal until yesterday morning. Well, I'm glad your taste buds are coming back. So a couple things to be thankful for. You tested negative, so the symptom, you're no longer dealing with it and should hopefully be recovering from it, and you're starting to get your taste buds back, so you can start enjoying food again. So definitely glad to hear that. Stan, I hope you're still out there. I'm waiting for a thumbs up or something. I'm going to play this song for you. I might go ahead and play Jack's song just because I don't want Stan to miss his. And, yeah, so I might go ahead and just play Love's Not Fair. This was requested by Jack. And appreciate your request, Jack. Glad to hear you're feeling better. Continue to pray for you and your recovery. Jack, this one goes out to you. This is Love's Not Fair. Sorry, I forgot one thing I got to tune. There we go. All right, take two.
Staring at my own reflection through shattered bits of glass, showing me the perfect picture of who I really am. But when you look at me, you never turn away. Kneeling next to me and picking up the pieces. Why do you care? I know I'm undeserving of the love that you have chosen to share. It's just not fair. I am such a useless failure, fallen to the ground. Every effort that I muster is never good enough. But when you look at me, standing next to me and holding out your hand, why do you care? I know I'm undeserving of the love that you have chosen to share. It's just not fair. If I take just one moment away from my self-loathing, then maybe I would notice that I'm not meant to be broken. If I take just one moment away from my self-loathing, then maybe I would notice that I'm not meant to be broken. So stop beating up myself. You took the punishment yourself, and it's just foolish pride to think that I could ever hurt myself enough to cover what I've done. I could cut myself dry and it still would never be enough. It makes no sense at all. Why do you care? I know I'm undeserving of the love that you have chosen to share. It's just not fair. But love isn't fair. In spite of all I am, you chose to die for me, and that isn't fair. But love's not fair.
All right, again, that one was called Love's Not Fair. Jack, that one goes out to you. Thank you for your request. I hope you enjoyed the song. For anyone else just tuning in, don't be shy. Say hello. And again, I'm letting you guys choose my set list for this evening. So you can find my songs in the description on YouTube, and whichever song of mine you'd like me to play for you, just make a request, and I will dedicate that song to you, play it just for you. Let's catch up with the chat here. Let's see here. Having to dig back a little bit. Okay, cool. Daniel was asking what songs have been played, and I think I think you guys filled him in, it looks like, so thank you. I think I've only done 3. That was the third one. So I did Love's Not Fair. Before that, I did Into the Unknown, and I kicked things off with Waiting, and then Stan requested Brothers to the End, which I'll probably play in a moment here. Let's see here. And then, yeah, Silas Sharing. Yep, again, anyone just tuning in, if you're familiar with Silas, who a friend of ours tunes in regularly, he just put out an original song himself. Put out a video with his song, so definitely be sure to check out his channel, show some love over there. Like the video, comment on it, and consider subscribing to his channel. Jack says, yep, sharing the songs that are being played. Daniel's saying maybe Quincy can have a list on the screen of songs checked off that have been played and what's not been played. I might have to figure out how to do that, but that's a good suggestion. Of course, I don't mind replaying songs. So, if someone wants me to play a song and I've already done it, I'm okay with replaying it. But I'll take note of that. That's an interesting suggestion. And if I can find some way to do that. Let me put a checklist for songs been played, ? So that's a good suggestion. If I can find a way to rig that up, then maybe I'll see if I can do something like that. Jack says, love this song. It's so, for lack of better words, pretty. Well, I'm glad you like it. You know, I definitely tried to find some pretty chords and a pretty melody. I've always said, to be honest, you know, anything I like, you know, musically, it really comes down to two things. I like things that sound sad and pretty. I don't know why, I just do, but if it sounds pretty and it also sounds sad, usually that's probably gonna, you know, I'm probably gonna perk up if I hear that, like, ooh, I really like the way that sounds, you know. And even in metal, like you might not think sad all the time, but a lot of times the notes can be very melancholic, if that's the right word for it, you know. But they can be very sad sounding, even if it is upbeat and aggressive. But yeah, that's what I enjoy. Thank you, Jack. I appreciate that. Daniel saying, how about Plastic Cup? Absolutely, brother. I'll get that one for you in just a moment here. I'm going to start on some dinner. All right. Yep, Silas beat me to it. What's on the menu? Yeah, I always like to ask Daniel, what's on the menu when he's preparing dinner. Yep, let me know. Stan was saying, I was playing my bass and going over songs for this week as best I could. I started getting some symptoms, and I decided to put everything else on the back burner and make sure I was good to go. Yeah, I think that was wise. Definitely make sure your health is good first, and don't worry. I think my brother Guthrie, I think he's gonna fill in on bass for you. So I talked to him about that last night. So I say for you, just take it easy, enjoy some downtime as best you can. Hopefully you don't have too bad of symptoms, and just make yourself comfortable and do some things you enjoy. Rayan, let me know if you're still out there, asking about Cowboys from Hell. I'm afraid I don't know that song, and I'm afraid I'm just playing original songs, which you can find on description. I know what song you're talking about. I know it's a Pantera song, but can't say I know how to play that one. So afraid you can't do that. But if you'd like me to play another one, you know, just pick a song, like whatever title sounds interesting, and I'll play it for you, and we'll find out if you like it. If you like Pantera, probably for me, you know, maybe a song like Move On, or trying to think what else is kind of riffy. I'm gonna do Plastic Cup. You might kind of like that one. Move On would probably be the best pick if you're a Pantera fan. That's probably the closest thing I got to something like that. Maybe Get Up Again. That one's not too bad. It's a little more metalcore, but kind of in the same, a fairly similar ballpark. So let's see what else we got here. Oh, thank you, Jack. Jack says that was outstanding. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Stanley was saying, Quincy, you know me. I'm ready to talk and hug and play and with the little ones. Yep. I don't mind rehearing songs. Yep. Silas says, great song. Thank you, Silas. Appreciate that. Burgers. Yep, burgers are always a good choice. I love a good burger. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes, you know, sometimes she makes dinner, sometimes not when I get back. And sometimes I'll get back from these streams, and when I see they had burgers, I'm like, praise the Lord. You know, it's like, that's a nice thing to come home to. So, yep, Silas, love me a good cheeseburger. Amen, brother. Stan saying Get Up Again. Now, Stan, you had requested Brothers to the End. I can play that one for you. I don't know if you're making another request with Get Up Again, or if you're suggesting that as a, you know, when I mentioned it earlier. But let me go ahead. Stan, give me a thumbs up, and I'll play Brothers to the End for you. And then Daniel had suggested Plastic Cup. I'll do that one next. For anyone else out there, don't be shy. Say hello. You know, get engaged with the chat. You know, comment, share what movies you've been watching lately, what you've been up to. You know, whatever you're interested in, you know, something fun that you've done lately. You know, let me know what's been up. And feel free to pick a song. Again, you can find my songs in the description. Let me get the backing track set up for Brothers to the End. There we go. And I'm going to get a sip of water. So here is your courtesy reminder to stay hydrated. Make sure you got something hydrating to drink. Good old H2O. All right, thanks for the thumbs up. Jack saying Pantera was also the name of a Russian TV action series. I don't think I knew that. It was pretty entertaining. I'm sure it was. All right, Stan, this one goes out to you, brother. This one's called Brothers to the End. Oh, actually, one second. Got a retune from the last song. And switch back to my distorted tone. So, 1 second. All right, here we go.
We're unbreakable, bonded by our passion, undeniable, brothers till the very end. Just a bunch of outcasts, only meant for slaughter. But we will overcome this if we can band together. Look into my eyes, grab a hold of my hand, remember who we are, brothers till the very end. Remember who we are. Remember who we are. Never thought I'd be alone, always thought I'd have a home. One by one you fell away, coward stands from digging graves. What was once inseparable has become forgettable. Brothers till the very end, stripped of all its meaning. And now it's just me. And now it's just me. Distant fragments, shattered pieces.
I go. All right, again, that one goes out to Stan. Stan, thanks for the request. That one was Brothers to the End. Hope you enjoyed it, Stan. All right, for anyone just tuning in, don't be shy, say hello, and let me know if there is a song of mine that you'd like me to play for you. You can find my songs in the description here on YouTube. I'm going to catch up with the chat, and then we had another request from Daniel. I'm going to play that in just a moment. Also, I got to fix my hair, man. My hair just must be at like an awkward length where it just keeps slipping through, and it just like it just wants to cover up my eyes, so it makes it hard to see the guitar. Thanks for the applause and fire, Jack. Quincy says, or sorry, Silas says, nice, Quincy. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see here. Catching up. Silas was asking, ever see Painters live? I think he meant Pantera. Yep. Sorry, Pantera. Pantera live, Daniel. They're from Texas. Jack was saying, been drinking tea with lozenges. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. In its stand, I have found it helpful. Okay, so there's a nice little remedy for you. Stan was saying yes with a thumbs up. Silas, oh, by the way, I went to see Earth, Wind, and Fire and Chicago, both live on Saturday. How was that? That's right. I remember you mentioning you were going to see them. Give me some details about it. How was the show? How did they perform? Any exciting, special moments from it? And what was your favorite song that they played? Let me know how that went. That's awesome. I'm glad you're able to do that. And yeah, Silas meant Pantera. Yep. And Daniel says, yes, I am very familiar with Pantera. I have some cool stories about them. Awesome. I haven't seen the original Pantera with Vinny and Dime. Just saw them last year at Metallica's M72 concert. Awesome. So very cool. But that's cool that it sounds like you have some interesting stories with them, though. You might have to if you have enough of them, you might just have to share one tonight, and then each stream, you can kind of share some other stories and stuff. But they played at the Cowboys Stadium. Okay, cool. Very nice. Daniel says, hold on the song, Quincy. I am not ready. I'm monitoring burgers. Yeah, no worry. All right, I'll hold on your song for a little bit. Did we have another request? Let me see. If someone else would like to make a request, let me know. I can't remember if we had another request from someone. We might be all caught up with just, Plastic Cup for Daniel. And there was some mention of Get Up Again. I can play that one. But if anyone's just tuning in, or if anyone hasn't made a request yet, feel free, let me know what song you'd like to hear. Again, you can find my songs in the description. And feel free to make a request, and I'll play that just for you. Let's see here. One thing I'm kind of excited about, so again, I'm kind of, like I said, I've been kind of making some adjustments to my schedule, and I'm going to share something a little honest with you guys. So my favorite thing to do in the world is songwriting, and yet somehow sometimes it's hard to find time to do that. Sometimes it's like that's really what I want to do. But as far as my journey, trying to form a career out of making music, there's just a lot of things that are not songwriting that you kind of got to figure out. You got to learn the whole YouTube thing and streaming, and you got to learn how to market yourself and the business side. How do you actually set up ways of generating revenue, making income. And none of that has anything to do with songwriting, but it's all very important if you're trying to establish a career and make a business out of the thing. And so definitely been learning how to do that stuff over the years. And when I can, I take time. And even when it comes to making songs, I've been learning how to produce songs and finding ways to try and speed up that process. So unfortunately, it takes a little bit longer than I would like. But the only reason it takes long is because most of the time I'm not on it. Like I'm always working on my career, but I'm not always working on the next song, because that's not always what my career needs. It's usually there's usually other things I need to get set in place first. So that's kind of what I've been working on lately. But I've been making some adjustments to my schedule, and I don't know how to explain this, but there's a lot of work, and somehow it's really easy to confuse the business side of things with the songwriting side. And sometimes I almost forget how much I actually love just writing songs, just music, and just writing the music and the lyrics and just doing that. When I go on vacation with my family, one of my favorite things to do, I will actually bring my gear. I bring my laptop, I bring my guitar, and I bring an interface to plug in, and I'll do some songwriting. And it's not business related. I'm not doing any mixing or production. I'm not doing that. I'm not figuring out, any strategies or promotion stuff. It's none of that. It's just me and my gear so that I can just be creative and just write a song. And I love it. That's like some of the highlights of vacation, is just taking time to do that. And that's like my favorite thing. And I'm like, there's got to be, I got to be able to change this somehow. And so the past couple nights, I actually, I was like, well, what if I try to usually have some downtime before bed. And usually that's when I'll watch a movie or something. But I was like, what if I use that time? What if I use that time and just did some songwriting and, not business stuff, just had fun, just writing a song. And so I tried that out the past couple nights, and I got to be honest, like I don't know, it's so fulfilling. It's so satisfying. And I finished a song, and it's a song that I've been working on that it would have taken me, like I would not have finished the song until I was ready to produce it. Like if the way I've been doing things, usually when I'm like, okay, I'm ready for the next song, that's when I take time to finish writing it and then producing it. But if I'm just writing for fun, then I can have the song ready to go, and then when it's time to produce it, like I don't have to use that production time for writing. It's already written, and I can use that production time to actually just record the song and move on with the production process. And so it's been really nice. Probably the only downside is I can kind of get in the zone, and I did stay up a little late, so I'm trying to be careful with that. But I don't know. I'm excited about it. I'm not going to do it every night, but I'm trying to kind of get it into my regular routine. Somehow I don't know. Somehow I just kind of forgot like how much, like I always say it's my favorite thing to do in the world. And I'm like, it's kind of funny that I say that. And yet I feel like I don't do it as much as I do other things. And so I'm kind of trying to just change that. And so I guess I'm sharing that just to say, maybe there's something in your life that you love or you used to love, and maybe you forgot, it's a forgotten love kind of thing. Maybe it's something that you've forgotten, and even though it's something that you really enjoy and it always makes you happy when you partake in it, for whatever reason, you always put it on the back burner. You always make something else a priority. And maybe you just got to kind of have a look at your day-to-day life and just say, what's something, maybe there's something that you're doing that's just kind of filling the space. And if you were to really swap it out with something that you actually cared about, it might just bring you a lot more fulfillment than what you're currently giving yourself. And so, so I don't know if you guys take anything away from that, but that's something I've learned, something I'm really excited about, and I'm just excited, So I got a new song finished. I don't have a backing track for it yet, so I'm not going to be performing it anytime soon, but, hopefully it's coming. It's definitely getting closer to being ready than it was, and so I'm very excited about that, and definitely excited to share it for you, actually, because like I said, some of the last song I just put out was my song Waiting, and that's a fairly old song. The songs that I've released thus far are actually very old, and I'm starting to get into new territory where I'm writing the new songs. And to be honest, I think my new songs are much better than my older ones, especially lyrically. And this one for sure. This one lyrically, I think is one of my better songs, and so I'm very excited about it. Definitely looking forward to bringing it to you guys soon. But anyway, Daniel, if you're ready for your song, let me know. Give me a thumbs up out there. Daniel had a request for, what was it? Plastic Cup. So now Plastic Cup is actually my newest song. I haven't released this one yet, and again, Plastic Cup is kind of for myself, maybe it's because it's a new one, but it's sort of a personal favorite of mine. Like, it's sort of a small step in the direction I'd like to go. But even Plastic Cup, I got to be honest, isn't, it's definitely a step in the direction I want to go, but it's not the most accurate picture. I think it's more accurate than some of my old stuff, but definitely, I don't know. I'm super excited to the stuff to come, because I think it's going to better reflect where I'm at now as an artist than some of the older stuff I put out. So thank you. Jack says, looking forward to hearing it, Quincy. Well, I'm definitely looking forward to sharing it. So I'm glad you're looking forward to that. And I'm just excited to hopefully get some more songs written and ready to go. Daniel's still monitoring those burgers, maybe. But if anyone else has a request that they'd like to hear, let me know. I might end up playing another song. I might go ahead and play Get Up Again. I know Stan had kind of mentioned that. Stan, if you're still out there and you want me to play Get Up Again, I can do that one. Silas, I don't think you've made a request yet, so if there's a song you'd like to hear, let me know, and I can play it for you. Right now, if I get something from Daniel, if he gives me a thumbs up or something, I'll play Plastic Cup. But I might end up just doing Get Up Again to sort of play something for you guys. Let's see here. There's Stan. So, all right, I'll go ahead and do Get Up Again, and then when Daniel gets back, I will play his request. So, all right, here we go. This one's called Get Up Again. Hope you like it.
Down on the floor, you've been here many times before. You can't ignore the time in hand is running short. No end in sight, and nothing's going right. Why even try? There's nothing left inside. It always hurts to lose what you wanted, but it feels worse to never have tried it. It's not the first and won't be the last time, so get up again. Still holding on, still pushing through this marathon. Give all you've got. There's not much further left to crawl. No end in sight, and nothing's going right. Why even try? There's nothing left inside. It always hurts to lose what you wanted, but it feels worse to never have tried it. It's not the first and won't be the last time, so get up again. Don't back down. Stand your ground. Get up again. Stand again. Don't back down. Stand your ground. Get up again. And again. Oh.
There you go. Again, that one's called Get Up Again. Hope you all enjoyed that. For anyone just tuning in, don't be shy, say hello. And if there is a song of mine that you'd like me to play for you, you can find my songs in the description on YouTube. And just make a request, and I'll play it just for you. Looks like Daniel is ready for his. I'm going to get back over there and play Plastic Cup in just a moment here. Let's see. Yep, Daniel's saying I'm ready. I'll play that in just a moment. Jack says, I did see that Longlegs movie. It was very creepy. Yeah, I'd heard of Longlegs. I can't remember if I heard if it was good or not, but I remember hearing about it. Did you like it, or was it like not so crazy about it? Also watched a YouTube video about the biblical meaning in the movie. That's kind of interesting. I'd be curious what it was referring to in that. Oh, apparently Silas saw that movie as well. Thanks for the rock on, Stan. Appreciate that. Silas thought it was good overall. Cool. Stanley says squealies. Yep, I try to get them. They actually turned out okay in that song. The squealies in Brothers to the End are really hard because you have to, depending where you move your hand, you can get a different note. And it's hard to find the note that I need that harmonizes. Like that song is so hard to get the squealies right. But usually other ones like that one are usually a little bit simpler. So thanks for the applause, Jack. Appreciate that. Silas was saying some of my favorite movies from this year so far are Dune 2 and Quiet Place Day 1. I don't know if is that the title or is IF stand for something? I'm not sure. Civil War and Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Cool. And thank you, Silas. Silas says awesome. Yeah. Now, let me know, was Dune 2, is that the final one or is there going to be a third movie? Because I'd heard the first one was good and I was kind of I was kind of waiting before watching it. I wanted to know that the second one was good, and it sounds like the second one was. So definitely curious to watch those movies. I haven't seen them yet. But was that the end of the story, or is there going to be a third movie? Yeah, let me know. And then I'm trying to think. What was I going to say? Something about movies, I think. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I might just get back over there and play guitar. I think I was going to ask you guys something or say something, and I've dropped. Oh, you know what it was? I was going to make a little shout out. So, there will be a third one. Okay, cool. Silas says that. So I might take my time getting to those. I might wait till the third one comes out, but I've heard they're good. So I definitely plan to watch them at some point. Jack was saying, I saw A Quiet Place Day 1. Lupita Nyong'o was very good in the film, so I think that's an actor, or I don't know if I'm familiar with who that is, but I'm glad to hear that they did a good job in the film. So very cool. Like I said, the most recent thing I rewatched Jurassic Park. Hadn't been to the theaters in a little bit, but I might try to get out, see some movies soon. Not really sure what yet. I have to see what's playing at my theater. So, but I'd like to go see a movie at some point. I'll definitely try to do that in the coming weeks or months. I'm going to give a little shout out. So I don't usually watch a whole lot of shorts. In fact, for me personally, I try not to really watch shorts because they can be pretty addictive. It's like easy to just keep scrolling. But there is one guy who makes some shorts that I really like. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with Gavin Blake. I'm going to give him a shout out, but he makes these Batman shorts. But the concept is that Batman is like super, just like overly strict with keeping the law. And so if you break like just minute, it's more like they're not even laws. It's just like considerations, and you don't do them properly. He'll get on top of you for it. So like there's one where the guy's in the weight room and he's working out, and there's a sign that says, please re-rack your weights, and he doesn't do it. So then Batman shows up and the guy freaks out, and Batman's like, I noticed you didn't re-rack your weights, and he's like, I was going to, I'm just trying to get in shape. I'm just trying to get like you, I'm just trying to get supersized. He says, well, you're about to be paralyzed. And then he just goes to town, and it's really funny because conceptually, if you think about it, like all he's doing is just punching his phone, and but he but it's from the perspective of like the guy getting beat up or whatever. And I don't know, but they're hilarious. He does a good job editing them and with the music and sound effects that he adds. And there's one other one he does where someone goes to a fast food restaurant and orders water. But of course, he goes over to the restaurant or he goes over to the fountain machine, and he's looking around, making sure no one sees him, and he doesn't get water. He gets Sprite, because it looks like water. And so he gets it and turns around, and he's scared, and Batman's standing there, and then Batman's like, "Is that water?" And he's like, "Batman takes it, and takes a sip, and Sprite, and then just starts unloading on him, you know. So it's just these really funny, you know, Batman's like super like over the top, like no, you know, he'll just pummel anyone who breaks like the slightest, you know, consideration, you know, he just goes overboard and treats them like criminals and stuff. But so conceptually, it's just really funny. So, but anyway, he's been doing some streams lately. I watched the first one, but again, for time's sake, I don't know if I can keep up with watching them. But he's playing through the Arkham series. I don't know if have any of you guys played Batman Arkham Asylum or Arkham City and Arkham Knight. Those are the three. But they're great games. I love them. They're a lot of fun. So he's playing through those, and he'll make some of his you know, he's got certain references from his shorts that he'll make in that. So that's really entertaining. So a little shout out to him, Gavin Blake. He's a fun one to watch, and you know, he's a contender for being a good Batman. You know, so. Just catching up here. O and If stand for Imaginary Friend. It's a family movie. Yeah, I think I actually know which one you're talking about. I think that's a Ryan Reynolds film, isn't it? I think if I'm remembering correctly. It's like the big fluffy purple character or something like that. Jack saying, might try to see Deadpool and Wolverine on Saturday if I feel perfectly fine. Well, I do hope you feel better. And that's one I'm curious to see as well. Again, I love Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, and Deadpool is a fun character as well. So I'm curious about that movie. Jack laughing. Yeah, they're pretty funny videos. You'll have to check them out. Silas says, I want to see that one too, Jack. Yep, thought that was good. All right, Daniel, sorry to keep you waiting, but give me one more thumbs up or say I'm ready or something like that, and I will. I'll play Plastic Cup for you. And Silas says, yes, it is Ryan Reynolds. Yeah, I know what movie you're talking about. Imaginary Friend is what IF stands for, and yeah, I can see it in my head. I haven't seen the movie, but I know which one you're talking about. So. All right, Daniel, this one goes out to you. Let me get my backing track set up. This one goes from Plastic Cup, which I'm kind of curious. Not that this really you know, in this song, Plastic Cup is a metaphor for how the person in the song feels. You know, they feel like they're kind of used up and then just thrown away, just tossed away like they don't really matter, when that's not true at all, which, by the way, I hope you all realize that. But anyway, I say that to say, any chance you're drinking out of a plastic cup with your burger, or are you just drinking out of a good old glass cup, you know? Not like it really matters, but yeah, that's what this is. A kind of a recent song. This may definitely know this one's on the list. It's very close to being ready for production. I'm going to be producing this one soon and releasing it. But yeah, this one uses plastic cup as kind of a metaphor for that. Just, you know, anytime, if you've ever been in an experience where sometimes just for whatever reason, it just seems like you're having a hard time connecting with the people around you, or, you know, maybe you've got friends moving away and you're just kind of going through a phase of loneliness and, just feeling like you're having a hard time finding anyone to connect with. And this song's just kind of a reminder of, yes, that can be challenging, but just, you know, remember that you guys are special. Your life has a plan and a purpose, and you are cherished. You're not just something to be, you know, used when convenient and then thrown away. You know, each of you is special and cherished and deserving of love. So the song goes out to you, Daniel. Appreciate you, brother. Hope you like it. This is Plastic Cup.
Once believed I could be anything, took a chance and chased a dream, but never realized just how lonely things would be. Now I'm crying on the bathroom floor like spilled milk, with a messy story, just moments till I self-destruct, with no one here to clean me up. Someone just show me some love, tell me that I am good enough. I poured out all that's filled me up, still I'm tossed away like a plastic top. And here I'm trying once again, like litter trapped inside the wind, still believing I can get a hold of things. Every effort leads to new mistakes, and I crawl back to the same old place. I need someone who can lend a hand and pull me from this garbage can. Someone just show me some love. Tell me that I am good enough. I poured out all that's filled me up, still I'm tossed away like a plastic cup. Someone show me some love. Tell me that I am good enough. I poured out all that's filled me up, still I'm tossed away like a plastic cup. Still I'm tossed away like a plastic cup. In spite of how much it hurts, there's something inside of me that I know it's more than just temporary. Would someone just show me some love and tell me that I am good enough? I poured out all that's filled me up, still I'm tossed away like a plastic cup. I know you feel like a piece of trash, thrown away and forgotten. Please don't let go, 'cause to me, you're a treasure.
All right, there you go, Daniel. That one goes out to you, brother. Again, that one's called Plastic Cup. Hope you all enjoyed that. All right, for anyone just tuning in, don't be shy. Say hello. And I'm letting you guys choose my set list for this evening, so feel free to have a look in the description on YouTube, and you can find my songs there, and whichever song of mine you'd like me to play for you, just let me know, and I will do so. I think we got time. I might do one or two more, so we'll see how it goes. We've got a request from Silas for Guilty. Yeah, I can do that one for you. Do that one in just a moment here. Daniel says, I am drinking some Pepsi Cherry Zero Sugar from an insulated cup. Yep. So not from a plastic cup, different type of cup. So, but cool. Sounds pretty yummy. Not going to lie. I saw some, I think I was going through the grocery store with my dad the other day, and I was seeing a few different sodas with like vanilla twisted in, like vanilla Coke and like root beer vanilla and some stuff like that. And I think there's even a vanilla Dr. Pepper or something like that. And that was sounding pretty good to me. I love vanilla, so it's kind of looking to that. Hey, thanks for the applause. Thank you for the kind words. Daniel says, great job. Silas also saying, great job. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate that. I hope you all enjoyed that. I'm going to play Guilty for you in just a moment here, Silas. And I do think after this, I might take one or two more. So even if you've already made a request, if you'd like to hear another song, let me know. If someone new shows up, we'll let them. But I probably will, depending on how things go. If more people show up, I'll play a few more. But I'll probably do this one and then maybe just one or two more. And we'll probably put a wrap on this. So that's kind of your last call. So if you want to make another request, be sure to do so now. Silas, give me a thumbs up, and I will play this song for you. Guilty. This is an older song, and it's not too shabby. If I could go back, I'd probably tweak some of the lyrics, just because they're a little dated. I just think I'm a better lyricist now than I used to be when I originally wrote this song. But I still like the general vibe and sound of this song, so it's definitely a cool one. Hope you enjoy it. But I originally wrote this and I actually released like a single version of this. Got the thumbs up from Silas. released the single version of this back in 2014. Wow, gosh. This song is 10 years old. Ugh. Now, when I released it, that wasn't when I was still figuring out what the heck I wanted to do with my life at that point. I knew I wanted to do, well, I was trying to do everything. So, Daniel, just so you know, I released this song at the same time that I released, oh my gosh, what is the song? Let's Start Again. And so if that kind of gives you an idea, this song totally has like a Chevelle vibe to it. It's not really metal. Again, when I play it, maybe it'll sound a little more metal because of the guitar tone I'm using it. But this was more like a hard rock song. And then Let's Start Again was kind of more of like an alternative, slightly punk rock song, So even though I'd written them both, I still kind of consider them like different projects. I didn't really consider them to be part of the same artist, even though they both came from me, if that makes sense. And at the same time, I was making short films at this time, so I was doing all kinds of stuff. And I think I was still in a band at this point. I think this was stuff that I did on my own. And then as a band, because I think next year, 2015, I think that's when my band released our first EP, which is kind of funny because we released our first EP and then I don't think we ever played any shows after that. That's kind of like when we stopped. That's like when things ended for us. And again, we never called it quits. It was never like, guys, this isn't working, let's wrap it up. It was just, we didn't have a game plan to begin with. So it just kind of, we all got busy with other things in our life and we never had a talk or anything. It just kind of dwindled off and disappeared. So again, during that time of my life, I did not have a game plan. I was just in a creative zone. I just made music. I didn't really think about like a career or anything like that. I just kind of did it. So anyway, so that's what this is. This is kind of a song from back in the day, Silas, I hope you like this one. And guys, just a reminder, remember that Silas has released an original song, and hey, Silas, just so you know, everyone has to start somewhere. So this wasn't necessarily the first song, but this was definitely earlier when I was still learning how to record and produce music and that kind of thing. And so seriously, Silas, I haven't even listened to it yet, but congratulations on putting a video out there with an original song. That's a big step. That's a hard thing to do. And that's so awesome. So guys, definitely, later after the stream, definitely check out Silas's channel and check out his song that he put out, like the video, comment on it, and subscribe to his channel. So yeah, congrats on doing that, man. That's really awesome. So here we go. Here's a blast from the past. This one's called Guilty.
I'm a dreamer, but you don't care. And so I'm standing beneath your dismal glare. You expect me to know every little thing. Well, I know you mean well, but this pressure's killing me. Am I guilty? Am I guilty? Am I guilty? Am I guilty? Yeah, yeah. I know it's over. You and I have reached our end, but all the memories remain. And I've tried to find her, someone else to hold on to. But I can't show affection, 'cause I still feel bound to you. Am I guilty? Am I guilty? Am I guilty? Am I guilty? Yeah, yeah. Is it so wrong to want something for myself, but to speak my mind only drenches me with guilt? Go! Just leave! Stay away from me, 'cause I can't breathe. Am I selfish? Am I filthy? Am I selfish? Am I guilty? I'm a dreamer, but you don't care. All right. There you go. Silas, that one goes out to you. That one's called Guilty. Hope you enjoyed it. That one's a bit of a guilty pleasure, but yeah. I'm not even a dad yet, so all right. Hope you all liked that. Again, depending on how things are going, might do one or two more. We'll kind of see. Let's catch up with the chat here. Let's see here. And then Daniel, I don't know if you're requesting Let's Start Again. I know you are. Hey, T-World, hope you're doing well. Let me know what you've been up to lately, if there's anything fun or eventful you're looking forward to. And if you'd like to make a request, you can find my songs in the description on YouTube. And even if you're not super familiar with my songs, no worries. Just pick a title that sounds interesting. I'll play it for you, and we'll both find out if you like it or not. So let's see here. And yep, that's right. Yep, Daniel or Silas did put out that video. Silas saying, thanks so much, Quincy. You're very kind and encouraging. Well, absolutely, brother. And I'm rooting for you, and definitely, again, excited to check it out for myself. So, I don't know what you're up to now. I know you just released one, and so I don't know if you're already working on the next one or what, but definitely curious. Yep, hope you guys like it. Yep, posted that video today. Awesome. Well, it's going to get some traction. So, let's see. Didn't have up last week because I wanted to make it as good as I could. Yep. And you know, I'll say a little comment about that. You definitely want to do the best you can. And I think if you're starting off, you know, it kind of depends. Again, if you're just kind of making music for fun, then by all means, you know, just kind of work on it. And then when it's ready, put it out, you know. But I don't know if you are hoping to have some kind of career in music. I don't know if you're just doing this for fun or if you're like, no, I'd like to be in a band or I'd like to be a songwriter or something like that. Again, I don't even know if I know your age. I don't know. I think you're younger than me as far as I can tell just from our conversations, but I don't know if I've ever asked you what your actual age is. You might be around my age, might be younger, might be older. I don't know. But, you know, if you are trying to make some kind of career out of it, the best I can say is, you know, if you're really young, definitely just focus on learning your craft, learning
how to produce songs as quickly as you can, you know, like understanding how to record and how to write songs, and just getting really good at producing them. And then eventually, I think you got to practice exercising deadlines. That's something that even I'm still trying to exercise. But I think 17, yep, and I do want to start a band. Awesome. Well, I'll give you a few quick tips. So one, when it comes to starting a band, and I actually made a video about this a while back, so maybe you saw that. If you didn't, check it out. There's some good advice there. But I would say the tricky thing about the band is you just got to make sure everyone's on board, especially if you're trying to do it if you're just doing it for fun, then yeah, just get some guys together and have fun making music. But if you're trying to if you're hoping it takes off, you really do need to make sure, you need to find people that are going to do it with or without you. You know, you need to find people that are already for themselves trying to have a career in music. And if you're like, hey, we both want this thing, why don't we work together? We can probably accomplish much more if we work together. You know, me, I had a lot of friends who were very talented. And again, like I said, I used to have a band, and I think if we had a game plan, I think we had a fair shot. But our problem was, I think we were just kind of doing it for fun. I was secretly hoping something would come out of it. But I think the rest of the guys, I think they had other priorities. Like, if you look at where we're all at in our lives now, none of the other guys are pursuing careers in music. And that's not a good or bad thing. It's just that's just the reality, is like, if you're going to do the band, you need people that are actually trying to pursue a career in music, even if it doesn't work out. Because someone who wants a career in music, if the band doesn't work out, they're not going to say, oh, well, that's too bad. You know, they're going to find some other way. You know, they're going to find another solution. So those are the kind of people you want to find in your band. And I'd say, you know, you can kind of jam with a few people first. Don't even say, hey, let's start a band. Just kind of feel it out first. Maybe try writing a song together for fun and see what happens. And then if it feels like you have good chemistry with that person, just be like, hey, what would you think of like doing this for real? What do you think of like starting a band and trying to make this happen? If you're doing, you know, if you can find a band, great, you know, get some local gigs. Hey, we got Abe. Abe, hope you're doing well. Abe, if you've got a song you'd like me to play for you, let me know. You can find my songs in the description on YouTube, and I'll play a song just for you. Feel free to make a request. But yeah, Silas, you know, you can kind of try that out, and I would say, you know, it's fun to get some guys together and just find some local gigs, get some gigs in your area and stuff, and start learning how to record music and just putting your songs on YouTube. And don't stress too much about the quality. You know, just kind of, you can even say, you can call it a demo and put it out while you're kind of learning your craft. But eventually you're going to want to get something proper. And I would say, so if the band thing works out, great. If not, then, you know, maybe just learn some of the other instruments, learn how to program drums. There's a lot of software for recording, and that's what I do, is I just program my drums, so you don't even have to record them. Technically, you wouldn't, I know how to play drums, but you wouldn't even have to know how to play drums to be able to program them. These days, I like to program my bass as well, but if you've got a bass, you can record those parts, and then, if you're singing, then you just need a microphone. You just need a little bit of gear to get started, but only a few things. And again, you can kind of set aside some money and save up to get the pieces of gear that you need. There's plenty of videos of that talk about what you need to get started with a music studio or something like that, which it's going to be more like, not really a music studio, more like a studio on the go. It's probably going to be like a laptop and an interface and a microphone, and that's it. It's like all you need, maybe some headphones. Yeah, I'd say just kind of learn that, and eventually you might want to exercise deadlines. It's something I'm trying to exercise, but I've kind of learned whatever version of the song you put out right now does not have to be the final version of the song. You can come back to that song later and put out a better version of it. But I think it's good to sort of work on a song for a little while and then call it quits, and then whatever you didn't quite figure out, whatever didn't work, take note of that and just do better on the next song. So let's say you're working on a song and you're like, man, I can't get these drums to hit hard enough. Just do what you can. But after 2 months of working on the song, just be like, okay, it's been long enough. This is the best I can get it. I'm going to put this out. Let me take note. I couldn't get the drums sounding as good as I wanted. And then on the next one, try to focus on the drums more for the next one, I could probably go on and on talking about this. So maybe, you know what? I've got another segment that I do about, you know, where I talk about things. You know, it's kind of sharing my process and stuff. And so, which sneak peek of that, I think that's going to be next week. Yeah, so next week I'm going to be doing one, and I actually think for you guitarists out there, I think the next topic is going to be guitar stuff. So if there's something you'd like me to talk about, you can even throw it in the chat right now. I'm going to be talking all about guitars, you know, guitar tone, guitar technique, brands, you know, anything guitar related, you know, recording guitars, producing guitars, that kind of stuff. So if there's anything, if you're curious about like what my setup is, what I use, Daniel, I think you had mentioned some interest in that a while back. I don't know if you remember even mentioning that. It was a little while back. But next week's stream is going to be all about just guitar stuff. So whatever you want to know about guitars, let me know. But for that same segment, Silas, maybe at some point I can go a little more in depth of you know, some advice for people trying to start a band or trying to put out music and that kind of thing. So I can just share what I've learned, and hopefully it'll be helpful to you as well. All right, let's see here. Daniel's saying, "Yep, go ahead and play it." So I will. Oh, and thank you, Silas. Bravo for the song. Yep. I'll go ahead and play Let's Start Again. Silas is working on some other stuff. Jack was saying, I've got to head out now, but great stream tonight, Quincy. It's been a pleasure, everyone. Wishing you all the best. Jack, I hope you feel better soon. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be praying for you, and I hope you continue to recover well. Let's see here. Yep, Abe doing well. I've been a solo act for years. You can do a lot with an iPhone. Yeah, amen to that. Have you played Brothers to the End? I have played it, but I don't mind playing it again if you'd like to hear it. Daniel says, true, I've added parts to a song of mine. It just makes sense. Yeah, it takes time. The last time you changed your strings, is that a question that you're asking now? I could tell you how often I do. I could talk more into that. But the last time I changed my strings was when I recorded Waiting. So it was probably like a month or two before I released Waiting. However long it took me to release that song, and then I haven't changed them since. I'm going to change them as soon as I start production on the next song I'm working on. So they're probably due for a change. But Abe's absolutely right. There's so much, like if you're just getting started, you could do so much with an iPhone. There's a guy I watch, you should check out the Recording Revolution, but Graham Cochran, like a few years ago, he put out a video. I think Daniel's getting on to me. Quincy, you know. I've got a reason why I haven't changed in a while. I'll get to that in a moment. But he's got a video. He did a whole song with just an iPhone. I think he used it as the mic for singing. And I think he programmed the drums on it, and he had an interface that allowed him to connect his guitar. So, yeah, he was able to do it. So an iPhone, you can accomplish a lot. That's like a great way to start off. And I haven't done A Place to Call Home. So whichever one you want. If you want Brothers to the End, I don't mind doing that again. If you want to do A Place to Call Home, I'll do that one for you as well. And yeah, if Daniel's getting on to me, it's I try to save them for when I'm recording. Now, hopefully, again, like I said, hopefully I'm going to be doing more recording on a regular basis. So I'll be changing my strings more often. But yeah, it probably has been a little while. So, all right, let's see here. Trying to see if I missed anything else. And then, yeah, like Daniel was commenting. Even I told you guys earlier, I actually finished writing a song just last night. I finished writing the lyrics. I still got to figure out some things with the music, but the lyrics are done. And the song that I'm writing, it's actually an old song. It's I'll give you more info about it later, but it was actually a song that I wrote years ago, and I played it for one of my acoustic streams, and some of you guys really liked it. And that's not the first time I've heard that. Like, I've played that song before, and people were saying they liked it, but I think they thought it was catchy. It definitely wasn't the lyrics, because the lyrics are kind of cringy for me. Like, no, these lyrics are not good. So I was like, all right, well, let me try to rewrite the lyrics. I rewrote the lyrics, and I kind of saw if I could change the music to kind of work with my style of music, and it came out like sounding really cool. So you're absolutely right that you can revisit old ideas and breathe new life into them. You know, after you gain some experience and you come back at it with sort of a fresh perspective, you can tweak music parts, tweak melodies, you know, rewrite certain things, change the lyrics, all kinds of stuff. You know, it's okay to kind of put out your first draft and then like later come back and revisit it. Let's see. Abe was saying, I have one of those interfaces for my iPhone. Best $100 I've ever spent. Yeah, I can see that coming in a lot of handy. So very cool. All right, we're going to go with A Place to Call Home. And then Daniel says, sometimes I find it soothing while changing my strings. I'll just listen to some music in the background and completely tear my guitar apart and clean it a few times. Wait, a few times a month? Wow, I didn't know you did it that much. You know, I think that, like, so I'm very, I don't like to let things go to waste, and so I will get, like, as much out of something I can, you know, like, my phone, like even my vehicle, like I drive a Jeep, I'm going to drive that thing into the ground, you know, like it still works as long as it gets me from point A to B, like I'm going to drive it until I absolutely have to get another vehicle, you know. That's just kind of the way I am. And especially like when it comes to strings, it's nothing about like being too lazy. It's more like I just want to get as much life out of them as I can. And I don't want to change them too soon since I know I'm going to be recording with them. Like if I know I'm going to record, I don't want to change them and then find out like, oh, I'm going to record and that kind of thing. Now, if it's been like a super long time and they absolutely need to be changed, I will, you know, I'll change them and stuff. But yeah, I agree with you. I think it's not too bad. Like, I love just kind of putting on some music and, like, yeah, you just kind of polish up your guitar a little bit, just change the strings, and just having some music in the background. It is kind of a nice, like, sort of zen-like state to kind of be in while doing that. Abe says, I'm in desperate need of a string change. Yeah, I probably need to change mine, too, it sounds like. So, hoping to do that pretty soon. Me too. Went from an iPhone to a 14. It lasted forever. Oh, 7 to a 14. Yeah. Same thing. Like right now, this phone that I've got right here, this is actually my first smartphone, and I think I got it back in like 2020 or something, maybe 2019, something like that. I can't remember, but I still had a flip phone till I got that, you know. I used that thing till I absolutely needed to. But I will say smartphone definitely has been super useful, you know. I've definitely benefited from getting one finally. So, Daniel says, yes, a few times a month. I've also done something I haven't done in about 15 years. I switched to 9s. Wow, feels pretty good. Only problem is adjusting my float on the Floyd Rose. So, yeah, so much thinner strings. I think, which I think you play in standard tuning, so that'd probably be fine. I know for me, I almost want to say I use 12s, I think. It might be 11s, I'm not sure. I gotta double check what gauge I use. I think I use like 54s to 12s or something like that. It's usually in that range. But yeah, I'm definitely not on 9s. But again, I'm playing in, you know, drop C tuning, so I use my phone for video when recording my videos. I gotcha. So to be honest, your audio comes out pretty good if it's all just from your phone. If you're not like recording into an interface or anything like that. Haven't touched 9s in forever, says Abe. Which, Abe, what tuning do you play in? I feel like you do some more like drop tuning stuff, maybe lower stuff, but I could be wrong. Maybe you are in standard tuning. I'll have to. I'm not sure. I play drop C, heavy bottom, Ernie. You have 52 to 10s. That's kind of similar to me, but my high strings might even be thicker than 10s. I almost want to say 12, but I might be pulling that number out of nowhere. Maybe I'm way off of that, you know. I like them pretty heavy, but I don't know. I might have to experiment with some lighter gauges. All right, I got 2 songs for you guys. I'm gonna play "Let's Start Again" for Daniel, and then I'm gonna play "A Place to Call Home" for Abe. Let me just find the backing track here. So again, the last song I just played, I played a song called "Guilty" for Silas. And that's like a super old song. I released that back in 2014. And, yeah, that was like, that wasn't even, you know, that was kind of just for fun and me just being creative and just kind of making stuff and then releasing it when it was done. You know, I wasn't like, didn't have any career endeavors or anything like that. And around that same time, that's when I did this song as well, so... let's see here. I got a tune for this. And I'll need my capo. Kind of crazy. 10 years ago, I played in standard tuning, or, you know, drop D. And then I can't remember when I made the switch, but eventually I switched to drop C. It just worked better for me. And for me, even singing also, it wasn't even just the sound. One string's being a little weird. I think it's that one. There we go. It's a little better. Okay. And actually, this one is in drop tunings. I knew I needed the capo for it, but this song was in drop D originally. But yeah, I remember, you know, I wasn't really sure. I played in drop D and, you know, standard tuning for so long. And then one day I was, at some point I reached a crossroads where I was like, you know, it might be better for me to play in drop C. And I remember going through a bunch of my songs and kind of singing them. And most of them, it was like, yeah, this is going to be better for me to, this is going to be easier for me to sing in drop C. And I could definitely say that, you know, even in drop C tuning, some of my songs have some pretty high notes. So for singing, it works better for me. And, you know, sounds a little heavier when you do the chuggy stuff. And but it's not so low that it's like, you know, you can still get that nice, tight, chunky sound. So for me, drop C works good. All right, Daniel, this one goes out to you, brother. This is Let's Start Again. Okay, we'll see how the solo goes.
Take it back just one more time and see if you and I can make it right. I don't understand, why do we always have to fight? It's a cycle we go through, and you and I are too afraid to lose. It wouldn't be so hard if you would just tell me the truth. You said that this would never end. You told me I was your best friend. I watched us as we fell apart. You are the one who broke my heart. I wanna leave it all behind, but I can't get you off my mind. It's true, I'm still in love with you. And do you think that you could love me too? So let's start again. Let's start again. Let's take it back just one more time and try to figure out the reason why. Do you feel the same, or are you messing with my mind? I can never understand what's going on inside your head. You could run away, or you could talk to me instead. You said that this would never end. You told me I was your best friend. I watched us as we fell apart. You are the one who broke my heart, and I wanna leave it all behind, but I can't get you off my mind. It's true, I'm still in love with you. Do you think that you could love me too? So let's start again. You said that this would never end. You told me I was your best friend. I watched us as we fell apart. You are the one who broke my heart. I wanna leave it all behind, but I can't get you off my mind. It's true, I'm still in love with you. Do you think that you could love me too? So let's start again. Let's start again.
we go. Another blast from the past. That's Let's Start Again. Daniel, that one goes out to you, brother. Hope you enjoyed that. And Abe, I'm going to play A Place to Call Home for you in just a moment. Let me catch up with the chat first. And again, both Daniel and Abe, I know you guys, some great guitarists. And so next week's stream, the topic is going to be guitars. It's going to be, the segment is sharing my process. So I'm going to be talking all about guitars and stuff. So if you ever have any questions or things you'd like me to dive into, whatever you'd like me to talk about guitar related, and definitely save your questions for the stream, or you can ask them. So you can just leave them. After this stream, you can just type a comment, leave a comment like of suggestions for what to talk about for the guitar segment next week, and we'll talk all about guitars and gush over them and have fun discussing all that. So that's going to be next week. Let's see here. Okay, yeah. Daniel's saying, oh, no. My audio comes from my Zoom H8, which is amazing. Yeah, I use it for an interface, and it's a 16-track recorder. Yeah, I felt like I probably knew that. As I was saying it, I was like, actually, I'm pretty sure he records his audio into something. But, yeah, I think he just meant for the video quality. That's what I should have said. Yeah, not the audio quality, but either way, video quality comes out good too. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's pretty crazy. Phones these days, it's just like a supercomputer. And if you know how to set up a good scene and lighting, like you can get really good images, you can get really good audio quality. Phone is a pretty amazing, device to have. Comes in handy. Let's see. Abe's saying, I guess commenting, the heavy bottom is weird mix, but I like it. If it sounds weird, I like the low notes. I think I'd play even lower if it didn't start to sound like garbage. Sometimes I digitally drop it. Yeah, the low notes, which I don't know if you're commenting on something else, but this particular song, probably an old mix. It might have been slightly updated, but definitely I'm going to listen back to that backing track. Yeah, a lot of bass there. I think what I did... You're going to hear delay because I'm on the track right now. All right, now it's gone. So originally this song, I'm trying to think. Because when I started doing these streams, I pulled this one out and made a backing track out of it. And I might have slightly updated the mix, but this definitely, again, I originally released this song in 2018. This backing track probably sounds better than the original mix, but it's by no means, it's not like a finished track. So there might be... Let's see. Even in my headphones, there is a lot of bass there. That bass is coming through, So, yeah. And again, that's kind of like when I put that song out, that's almost more of like an alternative kind of punk rock kind of song, So it's definitely not even my, I'm sure I could produce a track like that, but definitely not where I specialize, as far as the guitar tones that I produce and the bass tones and drum tones that I produce. So, yeah, Abe laughing at gush over them. Yep. Well, that's the fun thing to do, man. So just to gush over something you love. So like guitars. Yep. Thanks. Yeah. Thank you for the emojis, the nice and the awesome. Thanks, guys. All right. I think this is going to be the last one. I'm going to play A Place to Call Home. Abe, this one goes out to you. And then I think we are going to put a wrap on this, but I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Let me get the backing track set up. All right, I got it. Cool. And one last thing I'm just going to share real quick. So I hope you all have enjoyed the stream. If you do want to support my music, I'm just going to post a link here. And this link gives you several opportunities. It leads to my music, so you can listen to it on Spotify. It leads to my Bandcamp, where you can download my music. It leads to my latest release, so you can go watch the video, like it, and comment, and all that stuff. All this stuff supports me. If you'd like to support me financially, you can get some merch. The link leads there as well. It also leads to a tip jar if you want to just provide a little something just to help me out. Buy me a milkshake or something like that. What else we got here? There's also my email list. Yes, if you want to be notified, so whenever I release a new song, and you want to be on top of that, and even if you just want just kind of some like a encouraging word from time to time. Sometimes on my email list, I'll just try to send out just kind of what's been on my thought and mind, and I try to send out like something encouraging and something uplifting. So if you just if every now and then you just need a boost of confidence or just a boost of encouragement, that's another reason you can sign up for my email list, and I'll send out an email from time to time, just with something to kind of motivate you to keep going. You know. All right, Abe. Got one more song for you. This is A Place to Call Home. I hope you like it. Again, I released this song originally back in 2018. Little story about this song, actually. You might find this kind of interesting. So again, I tried the band thing twice. You know, I had a band back in like from 2012 to 2015, kind of that range there. Had a band with some friends. Again, I think we had a good chance. We just didn't have a game plan. And we never really called it quits. It just kind of faded out, you know. But I don't know, sometime around probably 2017, that's when I was like, that was my first realization, like, okay, I want to do something with music. This is what I'm going to commit to. And I had a choice to make. I was like, all right, am I going to approach this as a solo artist, or do I want to try the band thing again? And I decided that I would reach out to my friends and see if like, hey, let me see what they think. Let's try the band thing again. And I had a little meeting, and I basically just shared with them. I was like, hey, guys, this is what I want to do. If this is not what you want to do, that's totally okay. You know, I'm just kind of letting you guys know this is what I'm doing. If you want to come along this journey with me, you know, let's do it. And I had a couple friends who they were like, yeah, man, let's go for it. And, you know, let's try to make it happen. But unfortunately, it is sometimes a little easier said than done. And I think even though they, you know, very talented guys, and I think even though they wanted to do it, I think they just had other obligations in their life, other priorities. And we were trying to work on a song, and man, something got dim here. I hope I don't lose power here. If the stream ends all of a sudden, there might be something wonky going on in my location here. But I remember, I will say one thing that's kind of challenging when you're working with other people is you are at their mercy sometimes. And what I mean by that is, if you're trying to get a song done and somebody has a role, like they have to show up for recording or writing or whatever it might be, if they don't show up, then your hands are tied. There's like nothing you can do. And I'll be honest, like I hate being in that position. I hate feeling like I have to wait on somebody else, like for something I want to do, and I'm waiting on someone else to give me the pass to do it or whatever, you know? So that's when I ended up producing this song. I was so, like, nothing was happening, and I was just so, like, eager to get something out, and I was like, well, if nothing's happening with the band, I'm just going to produce my own song. So this was something I wrote as kind of a separate project from the band, and I wrote the song and put it out, and I remember my friend messaging me about it and being like, hey, are we doing the band thing or not? It's like, and so we ended up trying it, you know, again for a while, but eventually it just kind of worked out that, it just, you know, they had other obligations, and nothing wrong with that. That's just the way it went, and I tried it. And so, I don't know, sometime in just these recent years, just the early 2020s, I've really been like just committed to, okay, I think I'm going to commit to just being a solo artist. Let's not worry about the band stuff, and we'll just see what comes out of it. So anyway, that's kind of a funny little story about this song. Like, part of the reason I even put it out was just my desperation to get some music out, and it wasn't happening. So, all right, here we go. I think this is going to be the last one. Abe, I hope you like it. This is A Place to Call Home.
Prison inside of me, concealing what I believe. The potential is obvious, but I'm too scared to set it free. Break down the walls, show me your heart. This is the place where I fall apart. You told me promised a destiny, but I won't trust what I cannot see. So mother will tuck me in to this coffin and bury me. Break down the walls, show me your heart. This is the place where I fall apart. You told me of a place to call home, someplace where I not feel alone. You showed me love like I'd never known. You told me of a place to call home. Place to call home, someplace where I not feel alone. You showed me love like I'd never known. You told me of a place to call home.
Thank you. Again, that one's called A Place to Call Home. Abe, that one goes out to you. Hope you enjoyed it. All right, with that, I think we're going to be putting a wrap on things. So, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'm going to catch up with the chat here, and then we're gonna wrap things up. So, let's see here. Yep, Daniel was saying, I've been learning another Metallica song, Battery. Okay, cool. This one's pretty fast. Might have to to send my arm to therapy afterwards. Well, I don't know. You're a great guitarist, Daniel. I'm sure you'll get it. But it's always kind of fun to, I think it's fun to learn challenging songs that kind of push you as a guitarist. Like, you'll probably come out of the other side an even better guitarist. So that's awesome. I'll be looking forward to that video. And Daniel was saying, yeah, I saw the lights dim out. Storming there? I don't hear anything. Yeah, it was kind of odd. Maybe it was the wind or something. I'm not really sure. But thankfully, we should be okay. Yeah, Abe commenting, battery is a tough one. Where's my forearm out? Yeah, so there you go. You're going to be like super ripped, or at least your one arm is, when you're done with that song. Daniel saying, LOL, yeah. It's a hard gallop to keep up with, but I think I've figured out what they're doing. Now I just have the solos, probably programming a good acoustic tone in my head rush. Awesome. Yeah, Kirk solos always feel like a free-for-all jam-type solo to me. I just feel like I'm making something up when I play along. Just hit the essential parts of the licks. I'm not great at copying people. Yep, Daniel says, yeah, there's a few solos that stand out to me. Ride the Lightning is one of them. Yep, thanks for the rock on, guys. Thanks, Abe. Excellent. Nice, Quincy. Thank you, Daniel. Appreciate that. Good show. Guys, thank you so much. Thanks for hanging out with me. Hope you all enjoyed it. And again, one last time, if for anyone, if you'd like to show some support, again, that I posted a link. I pinned it at the top, but here's another link. And again, several ways to support me, whether it's as simple as just liking a video and leaving a comment, subscribing to my YouTube channel, whether it's listening to my music on Spotify or downloading my music from Bandcamp, all that stuff helps. And again, if you do want to buy a piece of merch, I do have merch available. If you want to support me through the tip jar, and if you want to stay notified, whenever, again, I've got another song on the horizon. So if you want to get the the scoop, if you want to be updated for when that's coming out, definitely sign up for my email list. All of that stuff you can find in that link that I posted there. Abe, Daniel, thanks for hanging out. Anyone else watching, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you all have a wonderful evening, morning, afternoon, night, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world. Until next time.